evening. Welcome back to Truth Lies Shenanigans, the live show, season 2, episode 4. I go by the name Neo Nix. It's January 13th, 2020 at 2021, and I'll be your MC for the shenanigans today. It's a new year. For today's show, I'm asking the question, how in the world did rioters make it into what was supposed to be one of the most secure places on the planet? Gianni Storm is wondering if those over-friendly Capitol Police deserve punishment. Lizzie Enders questions if Tiger Woods was prepared to handle failure in the wake of his new documentary. And Rob B. Rock talks about NFL coach Bill Belichick turning down one of the most sacred American honors, the Medal of Freedom, from Donald Trump. Before we get into it, let me introduce you to our wonderful hosts, our professor, writer, editor, journalist out of Washington, D.C., Liz E. Enders.
What's up, everyone? Happy Hump Day. A little bit different. A week ago, Wednesday, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do about the riots and the insurrection and the storming of the Capitol. Today, we're going to be talking about impeachment in the wake of the insurrection, the riots, and the storming of the Capitol. So it's just been a lot. It's nonstop chaos in Washington, D.C., and I'm right here in the middle of it.
Yep, you are. Our rock star with the band Falling Machine coming to you from Sudbury, Ontario, Robbie Rock.
What's up, everyone? Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. It's a good day. I had a very productive day today, a very good day, and I'll be able to share about that later on. But yeah, today's good, man. It's good to be here tonight.
Nice. And streaming from Atlanta, Georgia, our model, actor, and college student, Gianni Storm.
Hey everybody. Today, like Rob said, was a very good day for me as well. It was very productive. And I got some rest. So I feel really good. And I feel glad to be here.
Rest is important in these days.
So
all right.
Right before the show, Gianni, I did something for you very quickly. So Gianni asked me before the show if I had ever had a white Russian. So I decided to make one.
If you ever had a what? If you ever had a white...
The drink.
The drink, a white Russian. Oh, the drink. Just want to make sure I...
Delicious.
I don't need to know the rest of my business. But yeah, I made one for you. So here's to Gianni.
So for everyone doesn't know, Lizzie Enders has had a white Russian. Apparently Gianni Storm has too. All right.
Good one.
So we've got some breaking news, guys. So Donald Trump is officially only the third president in history to be impeached, and now he's the first ever to be impeached twice and charged with crimes by Congress, because he was also specifically charged with incitement of insurrection for the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. With the vote held today, 10 Republicans sided with Democrats to impeach the president by a 232 to 197 vote. Donald Trump will now face a trial in the U.S. Senate where, if convicted, he could face being barred from ever holding office again. Unfortunately, this will not happen before he leaves office on January 20th because the Senate will not reconvene in time. But there is significant support in the Senate to hold Trump accountable, with as many as 20 senators saying they're considering a vote to convict. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this historic moment with Donald Trump being impeached twice? I'll start with Lizzie Enders.
So on the one hand, I think it's a good thing because it holds him accountable once again, and it's also a shot to his ego and another moment of embarrassment. But in watching the impeachment hearings today, it also made me feel like it was almost a waste of time. It became obvious that, one, there still are a lot of Republican, these weren't senators today, these were congressmen, these were members of the House, representatives. But it's obvious that there are a lot of Republicans who are still on the Trump train, who are still willing to put party before the American people, who still are buying into this idea of Trumpism. And they were so angry in the fact that they were even there to consider a second impeachment. They made it very clear that not only were they against this impeachment, but they would be talking to their fellow Republican senators in the House, in the Senate, to not convict him, to not vote yes for removal of office and or um, um, saying that he would not be able to run for office for a future term. So I think that this was all, while it was good on the surface, I think in the long run, for me, it was kind of a waste of time.
Mm.
And when I say waste of time, I'm talking about my time in that I sat there and watched.
Watched it. I did watch it too. Watched the whole thing.
But I think it just, people need to be clear on what the procedure is, and that this is just the first step. Unfortunately, we don't really get to see Trump have like a meltdown or a
I want to see the meltdown. I would love to see the meltdown.
He's been banned from social media, but I think his kids have been having their meltdowns on social media today. In his favor. So for me, it's not going to get us where we think we need to go with
Sure.
this man.
Sure. All right, Robbie Rock.
The little bit that I got to see today, I have to echo what Liz was saying. Just a lot of that rhetoric, and that's at party before the people, and it's shameful because at the end of the day, they have an obligation to serve all of the American people, despite what their party affiliation is. So yeah, to hear a lot of that Trumpism still going on, I'm happy that it's gone down the way that it has, because he needs to be held to account for everything he's been doing. He essentially has been lighting them up for months and then he just got them centralized in one place and just pointed them in the right direction. Up the street here, guys, up Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yikes. So yeah, I really hope that that he will be convicted, because the thought of this man holding office again on U.S. soil is terrifying, because we do enjoy having you as neighbors, just not when there's somebody crazy running the house.
Reminder that Robbie Rock is from Canada. All right, Gianni Storm, what are your thoughts?
I do feel like it is a waste of time, because given the time frame, but I do feel like it holds him accountable for his actions. But at the same time, I know I have a lot of ideas, but it's because at the same time, it's like, why did it take this for it to be a second impeachment? Like, there were things before that I feel like had taken place.
Other impeachable offenses, yeah.
Exactly. Other things that, but I also stand on the fact that this entire presidency it kind of made people more involved with politics. People that didn't care about politics or anything like that. And the reason that's important is because they're starting to care about, like, they're waking up in a sense, or they're seeing society as like, okay, wait, I am a part of society. I do have some type of power, I think, or maybe I don't, and this is why. So I think his second impeachment was a little bit of a waste of time, but he doesn't need to hold a second seat in the office. Like, he doesn't need to come back. So
to Gianni's point, the Donald Trump era did create a lot of young people who wanted to get involved in politics. I even have my niece who decided she wanted to go to school for political science. You may remember B Girl, who she was on the show.
We remember B Girl.
Yep. So I mean, and that was mostly because of Trump. So there's no question that he definitely impacted. But yeah, I'm glad he was impeached twice. I hope the Senate does convict him, because I don't want to ever see him in office ever again. So I'm glad they did it. I know that there was some talk about whether or not it made any sense, considering he's gone in 7 days anyway. But I mean, we had to do something. I mean, we're going to talk more about the insurrection at the Capitol, but that was a ridiculous moment in history, and he led it. He led that moment. So no question he needed to be impeached. And I'm absolutely happy that he was impeached. So, all right, guys, if you've never been to TLS before, let me tell you a bit about us. What we'll be doing is we'll be sharing our truths and opinions with you and calling out those lies and pointing out the ridiculous shenanigans going on. And we try to have some fun with shenanigans of our own. Our show does stream live just about everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter. And this season, we're streaming live on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch TV. Just search at TLS Live Show across all those platforms. And then again, make sure you subscribe to our audio replay of the podcast on iTunes, Google, Alexa, Pandora. You'll find us wherever you watch or listen to podcasts as well. All right, let's jump into it, guys. Our hot topic.
Lies, shenanigans.